Namaste and welcome everyone. My name is Annu Gaidhu and I'm here to share with you one of my favorite yoga flows. This is a foundational practice, so it's open to all levels. It's beginner, or you can use this whenever you feel like you need to have a little bit of a challenge and just take it to a foundational practice. So wherever you are, whether you're starting in the morning or at night, please feel free to use a block or a strap whenever you need to, if you need to add in a little bit more of a stretch or take it a little bit slow in your practice. So wherever you are, get on your mat and let's get started. So we're going to begin our practice today coming into a child's pose. So just coming up onto your mat, spreading your knees hip-width apart, getting your big toes to touch together behind you, and just resting your hips down in between your heels and starting to walk your hands forward. You want to lengthen your arms as much as you can and start to spread the fingertips out. If you're finding it challenging, you can always take a block and also rest your forehead on top, just to give you a little bit more support for your spine and to ease the tension there in between the hips. Whatever feels comfortable for you, you want to just make sure you ease into this pose, and you're welcome to come into a child's pose at any point that you feel tired throughout your practice. You can add in a variation by stretching, by just gently walking your hands out to the right side. Continuing with that breath, and then again on to the left side. Coming into a low lunge, stepping your left foot forward, just making sure your knee is above the ankle, starting to lengthen your spine, making sure your foot is flat, and gently start to raise your arms up. Feel free to add in a heart opener or a gentle back bend by gazing up towards the ceiling. Breathe, release, spreading your fingertips back out, taking your first downward facing dog, spreading your feet out hip-width apart, making sure you're lengthening your spine here so those fingertips are spread out. Try to make your heels come down a little bit lower each time. And feel free to walk out your dog by bending the knees one by one, stretching out your hamstrings, connecting each movement with each breath, and stepping the right foot up, starting to point your toes, three-legged dog. And stepping the right foot forward in between your hands, plant it down off of your back heel. Uncurl the toes. Keep your gaze forward. Inhale. Extend your arms up. Curling your back toes, lift up your hips and step towards the front. Fold forward. You can add a slight bend in your knees there if you're feeling a little uncomfortable. Or halfway come up. You can lengthen your spine, whatever feels good, let it go. Inhale, plant your feet down, extend your arms up, lengthening the arms, gazing up towards the ceiling, and exhale, hands into heart center. Breathe. Starting off with Surya Namaskar, inhale, extend the arms up, deep breath in, and exhale, breathe it out, fold forward. Inhale and halfway look up, place your hands on your shins and flatten your back, gaze forward. Exhale. Bending at the knees, step your left foot followed by the right, coming into a downward facing dog. Getting your big toes to touch. Inhale, extend your left leg up all the way. And exhale, planting your left foot forward in between the hands. Dropping your right knee down, gazes forward. Inhale and extend the arms up. Low lunge. Exhale, release. Fingertips down. Curling your back toes. Raise up your knee. And step forward to the top of your mat. Breathe. Release. Inhale, extend the arms all the way up. Deep breath in. And exhale, hands in heart center. Inhale and lengthen, reach back a little further. Exhale, bend at the knees. We're going to take this into a chair pose. Keeping your core tight. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway look up. And exhale, breathe it out. Stepping your left foot followed by the right. Coming back into a downward facing dog. Lifting up your heels and coming forward into a plank. Keeping your gaze forward at something that's not moving. Drop your knees down if you need to modify. Take this into chaturanga by lowering your chest down, uncurling the toes. Inhale, lengthen the arms, lift up your chest, and gaze up to the ceiling. Cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe. Bending at the knees, gaze towards the front, step or hop, and fold forward. Exhale. Inhale, flatten the back, and exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen your body, Tadasana. Keep reaching back, palms up. Exhale, hands in heart center. Let it go. See if you can find that center. So all four corners of your foot are flat on your mat. Starting to bring your awareness on that breath. See if you can connect here. So you're going to spread your palm out, your fingertips out, one hand resting on top of your chest where your heart is, and one on your belly button. And just breathe. We're going to take this into a balance variation, Trikonasana. Getting your big toes to touch, hands are on your hips for support. You can either take your right foot and plant it down as a kickstand underneath your knee, or you can advance by placing your foot inside of your left thigh. Keep your gaze forward at something that's not moving. And feel free to extend your arms up all the way, coming into the full variation, or you can keep your hands in heart center. Wherever you are, just making sure that you connect with that breath. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale, let it go. And when you're ready, coming onto the opposite side, planting your feet down. And starting onto the opposite side, planting your feet down, recentering the body, connecting back with your mat, and taking your left foot either as a kickstand underneath the knee or on top, whatever feels good for you. And just listening to what your body needs here. Keep that gaze back on that focal point. And lift the arms up if you please, or keep them in heart center. Breathe. Exhale, let it go. And from here, stepping your left foot forward towards the front. You want to keep your right foot at 90 degrees here, making sure that your heels line up, and take a wide enough stance, a little bit wider than hip width apart. Extending your arms up. Start with your left hand reaching forward and start to release it down, extending your right arm up towards the ceiling, keeping the fingertips tight. Trikonasana here. See if you can extend a little bit further by not resting your hand on your shin, keeping that gaze up, and breathe. Exhale, come back up. Starting to lunge into your front knee, knees above the ankle, warrior two. Exhale, drop your back arm down. Inhale, extend your left arm up towards the ceiling, and feel free to add in a little bit of a bend here by extending the arm up and back. Coming back into warrior two, straightening your front leg. Taking this onto the opposite side, extending your right foot forward, left foot's at 90. Extending your arm out, releasing your hand down and extending your left arm up this time. Releasing your ear away from the shoulder. If you're finding one side being a little bit tight, feel free to take a block to modify. Really listening to what your body needs. If you need to extend further on one side, or if you need a little bit of support, finding what feels good. And then start to bring your gaze up, looking up at your fingertips. Breathe. Exhale, extending the arms back up. Start to lunge into your front knee, knees above the ankle. Keeping that gaze forward, dropping your back hand down. Inhale, extend that right arm up. Reach back. Coming back up, straightening your front leg, take this back into a wide angle. Planting your feet down in Tadasana, hands are in heart center. Uncurl the toes, just grounding and connecting back with your body. Stepping to the top of your mat. Inhale, extend the arms up high. And as you exhale, start to bend into those front knees. Keeping that gaze forward, take this into a chair pose. Starting to drop the hips down a little bit more. As you exhale, fold forward. Spreading your feet out, hip width apart. We're going to deepen this stretch just to get into our hamstrings. Feel free to bring a block in front of you if you're finding it a little bit challenging here, or you can take your index and middle finger and start to wrap it around your big toes. Starting to lunge in a little bit deeper. Shake the head yes and shake it no. Release away from any tension, and when you're ready, stepping your feet back together, planting your hands down, step the right foot followed by the left, come into a downward facing dog. Sending your tailbone up to the ceiling, big toes to touch, lift up your heels, come forward into Chaturanga. Lower down, uncurl the toes. Inhale, Cobra, open up the chest, breathe, look up to the ceiling. And exhale, curl the toes behind you, step it back, downward facing dog. Bending at the knees, step or hop, gaze towards the front, fold. Inhale, extend the arms up, deep breath in, bring your gaze up, reach back a little further. And exhale, hands to the side, fold forward. Inhale, halfway look up, breathe. Exhale, fold. Bend at the knees. Step or hop back this time. Bending at the elbows, Chaturanga. Uncurl the toes, keep the elbows in. Inhale, breathe, open up the chest, gaze, look up. And exhale, come onto the knees. Take this into a child's pose. Great job, big toes to touch. Spread those knees out and just relax. Feel free to take your hands in prayer if you feel like getting a little bit more of a stretch there in between the arms and the shoulders. Just starting to reconnect back with that breath. Start to come up onto your mat. Coming onto your knees, you can take a block underneath your hips to support you here. But we're just gonna unwind so we can take this into our stretching, finding that comfortable spot. Beginning with pranayama, you can either keep your hand on your heart or on your stomach. And just breathe. Notice if there's any inner dialogue that's occurring for you, or if you can just stay still in this moment. Maybe even rolling out your neck side to side if you wish. Noticing how it feels to feel your heart beating. And then whenever you're ready, uncurl the toes, crossing at the ankles, and extending your legs out forward in front of you. You want to make sure that your toes are facing up towards you here, stretching your legs out, taking this into Dandasana. So extend the arms up nice and high, breathe. And as you exhale, you want to keep those arms straight, keep the spine lengthened, and keep your gaze forward in front of you. A lot of people find this challenging to stretch out forward, so you can relax the hands beside you here. The main goal here is try to get your chest to rest on top of the thighs, and that happens with that breath. With each exhale, see if you can lower the body down. And when you're ready, starting to come up, take your right foot, place it inside of that left thigh. Inhale and extend the arms up nice and high. Exhale, fold forward. keeping the toes pointing up towards you here, connecting with that breath with each exhale. Remember to lower down a little bit deeper if you can. Maybe even taking your hands and wrap it around your feet. And then when you're ready, come back up. And just taking that right knee, planting your foot down. Inhale, extend the arms up nice and high. And as you exhale, take your right arm right behind you and starting to bend your left elbow. Hook it around your right knee and bring your gaze back, coming into Lord of Fishes. Take a deeper twist here by lengthening the spine. Keep pressing your elbow into your knee. And when you're ready, bring your gaze back forward. Maybe even deepen by wrapping your left arm around to grab your thigh. Whatever feels good for you. Starting to bring your left foot inside of that right thigh. Toes are facing up towards you. Inhale, extend the arms up high, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold forward. You want to see if you can line up your knee to the center of your chest, keeping that alignment, keeping your gaze on that focal point, and see if on this side you can come down a little bit deeper. When you exhale, you create that space in your stomach to allow your chest to rest a little bit further each time. Starting to come back up. And onto the opposite side, starting to bend your left knee, plant your foot down. Inhale, extend the arms up. Taking your left arm back behind you. Exhale, bending your right elbow and start to hook it outside of your left thigh. See if you can twist a little bit deeper on this side here by pressing your elbow into that knee. Bringing your gaze back. Starting to come back forward. Bending at the knees, and we're making our way down onto our mat now. So just gently starting to relax by dropping the shoulders here. Finding a comfortable spot, start to draw your knees in, wrapping your hands around your shins, and just gently rock side to side from left to right. Massaging out your tailbone, giving your lower back a little bit of energy, closing the eyes. Coming into a spinal twist here, so extending your arms out to 90 degrees and just dropping your knees out to the right side of your body. You want to make sure that your knees are stacked on top of each other. Feel free to take your right hand, and start to rest it on top of your left thigh. And bring your gaze out to the left. And breathe. When you're ready, come back into center. Draw the knees into your chest, and same thing, extend your knees out to the left side this time. Spinal twist helps to promote a restful sleep, eases pain, increases your attention and focus. And starts to relax the body overall. Preparing it for Savasana. Coming back into center, start to draw your knees in, wrap your hands around your shins, and forehead into your knees and squeeze nice and tight. Exhale, coming into Savasana, extend your legs out, wide onto your mat, lengthening your arms. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And just taking a moment here to find that sweet spot. So extend your arms out a little bit further if you need to, so you can rest your shoulder blades down. Extending your feet out. Connecting back with that breath. Inhaling and exhaling, noticing how your belly rises and how your belly falls. Softening the jaw. You can spend a couple moments here in Savasana, or if you feel like it, extending out into a lengthened stretch. When you're ready, whenever you practice this practice, coming onto the right side into a fetal position anytime that you're ready to come up, crossing at the ankles. Inhale and extend the arms up all the way. Make that commitment in for yourself. Palms together, hands in heart center. And exhale, let it go. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.
Brought to you by Greeniche Natural Health.